ultimate fanfare. What's going on, world? Welcome to this episode of the PlayAction Podcast. This week we got Brandon Hill, we got my dog Colin. What's up, bro?
Bro, I don't know what's going on with you, but here in the great state of Texas, we are at triple digits. As you can see, I'm sweating in my house. Okay,
yeah, bro.
I got the AC cranking. The AC's cranking. Although I gotta turn it off because the mic will pick up the AC. But holy nuts, man! I'm sweating my what's off. I think
yeah.
I'm missing one. I'm Lance Armstronging right now with just one nut down there. But what I do want to talk about, speaking of going nuts, I was really critical. I wasn't super critical, but a little critical of LaMelo Ball trade going to Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, which we talked about is going to be fun. But the more and more I'm thinking about it, the more and more I'm thinking this might be the most fun team in the NBA to watch, and it's going to be for two reasons, because they're going to take two super fun teams together. What do we know about Anthony Edwards right now? He is a good defensive guard, three-point shooter. He's got crazy athletic traits. Right? LaMelo Ball, you could almost say similar with the minus of the defense. LaMelo Ball is going to come in here, and he's going to unlock Lob City like they had there in LA when you had Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and Chris Paul just throwing the ball. Anthony Edwards has been getting double-teamed like crazy. And he's not a great distributed ball, so it's hard for him to make that right pass. LaMelo has a very loose handle. He can handle the double teams, and I think he's going to get double teamed and throw lobs up to our boy Anthony Edwards, and we're going to see Anthony Edwards back with his first 2 years in the league. We're going to see that guy coming back, and it's going to be so exciting.
Oh, I'm right there with you, bro. I feel like, personally, this is going to be a mix between that year at the Heat when LeBron and Wade decided they weren't going to take no threes, and they just start throwing like full court alley-oops to each other and stuff like that. And then I think it's between a mix between that and a little bit of Golden State, because we know LaMelo loves pulling up from the logo. And then, like, we already know, like, Edwards shoots a high percentage from three-pointers. So he's going to take his three-pointers, but he's going to make sure he take good shots. And, like, with him getting double-teamed the last couple of years, LaMelo is going to free all that up. It's like you just said, we might get high-flying Anthony Edwards again. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. This is going to be one of the draws of the NBA. Like, this is going to be one of those teams that, like, when they come to town, people are going to want to see this team play. Because, like, we already know, I'm not gonna say it like that, but these are the two wildest young boys we have in the NBA right now. They was like, I see, I think with Paul Pierce, there was like traffic accidents and baby mamas are going to go sky high right now in Minnesota. This is crazy. I see who it was? It's 21 Savage made reference. It was like, I get in accidents to lead the scene like LaMelo Ball. I'm like, bruh. He's known for doing reckless. I mean, he had somebody stay there and fill out the the insurance information. It wasn't no hit and run situation. I don't want to put that on him. But he had things to do. He had to go. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna take care of that. But shout out LeVar Ball. I know he going through some tough times right now. Got a divorce, lost a leg. It's a lot going on right now in that household. But we are fans, of the Ball family. So I'm look forward to seeing great things. I did hear LeVar say he wanted. He kind of like politicking to try to get the other two brothers actually on Minnesota. I was like, I don't know about that, because Lonzo. No disrespect to Lonzo, but he been hurt just like we've been talking about our boy Embiid. I don't know this last time I didn't see Lonzo healthy for the whole season.
And it's a good point.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a fan of him, but he just got to stay healthy. And then the other one, I heard he's like a 27, 28 year freshman in college, trying to get some of that NIL money. I heard that's what I seen it on ESPN the other day. He signed to some college. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing right there, but you're taking somebody's spot, boy. You know what I'm saying? You're taking somebody's young boy spot. So there you go. I look forward to this duo, this magic duo out there in Minnesota.
Yeah, me too. And honestly, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to sign Lonzo as just an insurance policy because one, he knows how LaMelo plays. He plays in a similar fashion, not necessarily with the loose dribble, but with the hand-eye coordination to pass without the hand, pass full length court, half court, bounce pass, chest pass. He could do all that stuff. So should LaMelo get hurt, because LaMelo has been hurt a lot in his career, you have a guy similar to him who can still distribute the ball and take the pressure off of Anthony Edwards. But like you said, I'm really excited to see those two together. And then you come on with the new kid, the Ayu Dosunmu, who they just re-signed.
Yep.
They're a small forward, very athletic player, very good defensively. Your boy Jaden McDaniels, he's still there.
Yep.
And of course, we got the defensive stopper there and Rudy Gobert. That's going to be a really, really good defensive team, LaMelo Ball notwithstanding, but I think they can fit him in and just let him use his length because he's still 6'7", and he's still got super long arms, and he still has lateral agility, so getting him in a system, but man, they're going to be jacking up. It's Splash Brothers. When they're getting hot and they're sitting there feeding off each other, just chucking up 40-foot bombs, they got to be making them. Minnesota, like you said, is going to be the Showtime Lakers, but somehow in Minnesota. And I'm excited, man. Those are games I am going to tune in to watch.
Oh yeah, let one or two of them hit 2 back-to-back threes, and let one the other one hit a 3. They about to go crazy, bro. I already know these boys, so it's about to be showtime. It's about to be real showtime.
Big time. They're going to deflate a lot of teams just with their energy and enthusiasm, and knowing they're so young, they're not going to get tired. And Anthony Edwards, he was gassing out in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He had some injuries, though. He's going to come back, and his conditioning's going to be on point. I know his conditioning's going to be on point. And LaMelo Ball, his conditioning always seems to be on point. I've never seen him tired either. So it's going to be exciting, though.
Oh, and then, them boys going to be talking on the court. Yeah, I done heard Anthony Edwards has some classic trash talk. He was talking trash to Kawhi Leonard. He was like, telling him an old man and everything. I'm like, bro, what? Like, old head. I'm like, bro, this is an NBA champion, MVP, Finals MVP type of dude, bro. Calm down. But that's him being fearless, and I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And also calling him old head, that's not that bad. He's not gonna get personal because Kawhi could take him apart. Easily. All right, so I like the banter, and Kawhi he takes everything straight. He don't care. There's nothing he cares about. Hey, you know what I care about? Because Minnesota's gonna become a juggernaut in the West. Calling out a new juggernaut in the East. We briefly hit on it before, but I'm really, really believing the Philadelphia 76ers, that acquisition of Jaylen Brown is going to change everything because VJ Edgecombe, he was a monster in the playoffs. He just showed off his athleticism, shot making, defensive prowess. Tyrese Maxey, we know who he is as a player. We already know he is he's the definition of a lead guard. Ayu Dosunmu, the guy they just re-signed a couple weeks ago, I think he's going to be a great player for them. And then getting Jaylen Brown to run with, not Dosunmu, I'm sorry, that was in Minnesota, Dean Wade as power forward there with Philadelphia. And then Joel Embiid. If Embiid can stay healthy, I'd play Embiid the last 10 minutes of every single game. Okay, I wouldn't even play him just the last 10 minutes of every single game, just because I need him to close them out. Holy cow, Jaylen Brown and VJ and Tyrese, that is going to be a potential monster in the East for a long time.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I don't understand why Boston would trade Jaylen Brown right down the street. That was just wild. Like, you go trade him inside the conference, but, hey, that's Brad Stevens. He made that decision, because this one's definitely going to come back to bite him several times every year. Jaylen Brown's going to make it a point to prove a point against them every time. And you know how many times he done went against Tatum in practice? So he knows Tatum's weak spots and stuff like that. Oh, he going to exploit everything. So it's a wild situation, but he just mentioned that starting lineup is scary for the whole East Coast, because if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, we talked about it off camera. To me, he is our generation, this new generation's version of Patrick Ewing, where like he can shoot, he got post moves. It ain't really too much you can do to it, and he got a high IQ with basketball IQ. So it's just he just got to stay healthy. And Joel, he has what Victor is missing, which is a grown man body. Like this dude's shoulders and back, his chest. Like that's why he was saying like he gave Anthony Towns some trouble because Anthony Towns is still he a grown man too, but he ain't that. He ain't that. You know that's a different person.
Yeah, and
that's a different
balance against Embiid. It doesn't go well. Nobody against Embiid, it goes well. I haven't seen anyone take advantage of Joel physically. You know, when Joel's playing defense, I haven't seen anyone take advantage of him like that. But man, if they can keep him healthy.
The only other person I know that can kind of bang with him a little bit is Joker, because Joker got the size. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He the only one I know that can like, all right, bro, you can put this shoulder in me, but I'm not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, but Joel can take him off. If he get this outside shot going, he can take Joker off, off the dribble. But man, I'm sitting there looking at him. There's nobody on that team, including Dean Wade, who you're not gonna run the offense through Dean, but he is a tall 6'10" player, block shots, rebounds, shoot a little bit.
Yeah, crash the boards.
And if he works on his 3-point shot, I think he's gonna have a lot of 3-point opportunities in the corner. And Joel likes to pass to people in the corner.
Yep.
Man, Tyrese, VJ, Jalen, and Dean, y'all get ready to catch some passes because if Joel's healthy, I don't know if there's a single roster in the NBA that's better than that.
And I think with Jaylen Brown's addition, it's gonna be able to keep some of the pressure off of Joel Embiid having to dominate the ball a lot. So like it's gonna be a lot of easy buckets just because of Jaylen Brown. So I think this might help preserve Joel Embiid's season, because like we already know they're gonna load management him to the fullest. But like you said, that was an excellent. If I'm you, and that's what I'm doing, like letting them play the last 10 minutes of the game, let them boys keep it within striking distance, and just have them come off the bench. Like, all right, bro, let's go finish it. Don't do nothing. Might have him on the bike most of the game, keep him loose. Yeah. Exactly. Stay low.
That's it, man. Look, I just want you to go and contend for clutch player of the year. That's just contend for clutch player of the year. Okay, last second shots. I just want to run the offense through Joel Embiid for the last few minutes of the game, of every game, and you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to win if you're within 5, 6 points. Yep. Unless you're playing the Knicks. The Knicks seem to do that just as well as anyone, but man, Philadelphia has made a roster to contend with anybody. With anybody.
Yeah. I mean, but like you just mentioned, everybody don't have a closer like Brunson. He's up there with the top dogs, because he got a chip in the New York. That's the brightest of the brightest stage we have in the NBA. Yeah. He's the first one to do it in 50 years. And like with Kobe, brought me, Wade, Jordan, like the big clutch guards that like they want the ball in the fourth quarter, them tight situations. Those three right there are the top ones I can remember off the top of my head that like consistently are percentage wise. Yeah, they gonna miss some shots. They human. Nobody's perfect. They gonna miss some buzzer beaters. But if I'm not mistaken, Brunson fourth quarter clutch, he's in that conversation now. Like he's one of those top dudes. Like, hey, bro, this dude's 6 foot, maybe one. And nobody can stop this dude, what I'm saying, in crunch time. That's impressive. I don't care who you are.
He's not going to win any foot races. He's not going to win these strength competitions.
Nope.
But he just knows how to bump and jive and scoot around just enough, and then somehow keeps his wits about him to know how hard do I need to push this ball, depending on how hard someone just bumped into me, or rather how he bumped into someone else and bounced off of that person. So it's pretty impressive, and I think also, just to your point with Jalen Brunson, it's his performance that I think have caused other teams to improve their rosters, because Philadelphia's kind of gone with the same roster for a while, right? They have it's always been injuries. They've always been good enough. They just have injuries, and so now they swap out Tobias was in Philly, right? For Brown. Because of Brunson, they're like, okay, we need somebody else. to try to. I don't know if that gets him any closer. I think everything hinges on Joel Embiid. But I mean, you look at teams around them. Boston said, you know, we're not going to be good enough. Fire sale, and decided to let people go for nothing, which they knew they weren't going to be ready. Or they feel like Jason Tatum would have taken them further than Jaylen Brown did. I have no idea. But I do know this. The Knicks are going to be another championship team who are standing pat what they have and just running it back next year. And I don't know too many teams outside of like the legendary teams that were able to do that. You know, you look at OKC, Denver, Milwaukee. You know, teams that just won one championship and couldn't go back because they just stood pat and didn't do anything. You know, the Golden State with Steph. Okay, they didn't have to. MJ and the Bulls didn't really have to. Okay, so, but the Knicks, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I was hoping to do something on the bench, not starters, but something off the bench to give us a little more oomph and spark.
I feel you. I mean, we just talking about DeMar DeRozan's out there. You know, he just got to be a free agent today, so that y'all might pick him up, have him come off the bench. I heard, you know, if y'all didn't win a championship, I heard, you know, Rich Paul just said it this past week that LeBron was heading over there. You know what I'm saying? But y'all won the chip. Y'all won the chip. LeBron, he's already had that label as a ring chaser already. You know, as super team creator. So he doesn't want to mess up his legacy at the end, because if he can, I mean, to me, if he go to Golden State, that's like all the uncles hanging out, you know what I'm saying, and try to win the chip.
It is all the uncles out there playing one last game of basketball against the youngins.
Exactly. You know? Oh, that's awesome. Speaking of that too, I know I think we might have talked about it last week, but it's awesome that we get a chance to see in real time that Nike commercial from like the early 2000s with like the kid LeBron, the you know, young LeBron, prime LeBron, and then old man LeBron, and then like we are officially, because they showed them boys when they had the little 10-year anniversary with the full gray beard, and it's like oh man, we're at old LeBron status right now. Okay, dang, this is wild. And it's, but hey, we love it. He's still, you know, top 10 player in the NBA, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
At that age, because I mean, we see it with because back in the day, the players, they was like looking old when they was young, because you know them haircuts and stuff like that. So like, I see like Kareem. I seen videos of Kareem when like he was real old, and then like when he was like, I guess, in his prime, and I couldn't tell the difference between the two. So it's like, I think Kareem was still dominating in his prime, but I just don't. I mean, in his older age, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know when he was older. Same thing with Wilt. I don't know when Wilt was old, because he just looked old from the get-go to me. Like, they never got lineups. I think the Clippers, you know, like the modern day Clippers, you know, haircut, you know, Clippers, I think they got invented sometime in the 80s, because the dudes of the early 80s and 70s, they definitely didn't have lineups. I was like, they just went with the George Jeffersons, and it was like,
keep the size.
Hey, just cut it real low. We gonna have it go. We just do what it do up there. I was like, but LeBron's doing the LeBron things. He's putting up the greatest fight against Father Time we have ever seen.
Facts. I mean, I think it's cool, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes if he does choose Golden State, like you're saying. If he chooses Golden State, old Steph, old LeBron, old Dre, and who else they got over there?
I heard they was trying to get Anthony Davis.
That's right, yeah. But the Wizards said we're not letting him go, so you're not going to get him. Man, I think without AD, that's just a decent team. So I think LeBron may not go if AD can't go, because he knows he's not. There's really no chance there. But after that, then where do you go? Houston may want you, and you could be there with KD, which would be dope. And who? Giannis wants him to go to Miami, so him and Giannis and Bam.
But him and Pat Riley don't get along no more. So I don't know.
Yeah, but Pat can put things aside. Pat wants to win. That's all. Pat just wants to win.
Yeah.
And he'll make concessions, I think, to LeBron if he thinks that'll get him a championship.
Yeah.
It'll get him a championship. Outside of that, though, man, there's not a lot of places I think LeBron can land. I did hear about him in the Sixers.
Hey.
Possibly. I pray that does not happen, because now you're really mitigating the fact that Joel Embiid might not be able to stay healthy, because now it's like, okay, now I got two guys that can load manage.
Now, I'm just going to throw this out there, because if he had some questionable takes on Memphis, I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to live in Philadelphia either. Like, Philadelphia got some rough spots over there.
LeBron ain't going to be in no rough spots in Philly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, but he shouldn't be in no rough spots in Memphis either. You know what I'm saying? So
that's also true.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know why he was talking bad about Memphis, but it's like, I don't think, I think wherever LeBron goes, it's going to be a warm climate. That's what I feel like. And I'm just letting you know, bro, I got my bags packed, my fandom bags. I'm following wherever he goes. I'm gonna be a fan of that team. So I'm just letting y'all know. I see the dudes making memes and stuff. It's like, the LeBron traveling fan base. Wherever he goes, that's gonna be the new team we're gonna get. I'm gonna get the T-shirt and the jersey, and I don't know if anybody get it. I might not get a jersey. Probably get the T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? The James, whatever number he puts on, 6 or 23, whatever.
Dude, what if LeBron went to the Wizards to go play with AD again? You got Trae Young, Keontae George. You can move AJ into Keontae George's spot as the 2 guard. LeBron would be the 3. AD at the 4. Alex Sarr, who is developing and playing better as a young player, at the 5. And you got Champagnie. They signed Champagnie. You got DeAndre Ayton backing up the center. Couple of Trey Johnson, couple of folks over there. I think that will be a spot he may consider, because it's back in the East. Wizards have plenty of cap space. You got young players around you, but you got a veteran in Trae Young who can shoot and get you the ball. AD's right there to clean up behind you. You got a young guy in AJ Bonsta. I think is going to be a very, 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 very good player, and kind of like LeBron James type player. I don't know. I haven't heard LeBron talk about Washington, but I would like to say that might be a spot for him.
I mean, it could be. I just don't have him putting too much faith in a healthy AD to go play with him, because he's one of them players just like Embiid. It's like, bro, you might twist your finger and be out half the season or something like that. Like, AD has a long history.
But he's still pretty healthy in LA, though. Pretty healthy in LA. As soon as he left LA, he was. As soon as he got the door, he tripped on a curb and I think sprained his ankle.
I think he played like 20 games in Dallas, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, I don't know if you want to play in Dallas, though. I mean, you're out.
Yeah.
You're not competing for anything. No shade to Dallas, but ever since let go of Luka, we're happy with Cooper, but you kind of dismantled that entire team, and that team went to the finals. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. AD, we'll see what AD does. We'll see what LeBron does. If AD stays put, not what he does, but see if Washington leaves him there or where LeBron moves to. But I just don't see a lot of places LeBron can go to and compete.
Yeah, I don't see either. And like you said, he might end up going down and back to Miami. Work out the differences with Pat Riley, because I know LeBron, he doesn't want to be anywhere cold. It's only a couple places. I know he's not going to Orlando.
Nobody's going to Orlando.
Nobody.
Look at him like, where could he go? Trying to look at some up and coming teams. I mean, it would be nuts for him to sign with the Spurs for a minimum deal. Be hilarious and nuts. And I think I would love that too, though.
Yeah, I would love that too. Yeah, and have him sit next to Popovich, and have anybody say anything, they gotta go through Popovich.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, LeBron sitting there like I'm sitting with a Godfather.
That's what you feel like. You know, that's exactly
Yeah,
what you feel
yeah.
like. Damn, yeah, there's no one else. I mean, name some other I mean, the Pistons would be a great spot for him, but like I said, if he doesn't want to be cold, don't go to Detroit.
Yeah.
And
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if he went to Oklahoma.
oh, Lord. Oh, dude, I was looking at. I didn't want to say it. I was like, I can't even. You know, he would be just vilified if they went there. I mean, vilified. Yeah, and I was looking at one team. I was like, never mind. Let me stop looking at this team. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No, I got you, bro. I got you, man. But oh man, I know everybody. It's the kind of a wild time right now in sports. We're in the dog days of summer. You know, in NFL's next month. It's officially July. So we on the countdown. We on the countdown. Get ready for training camp because training camp really starts at the end of this month. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know a couple teams going there early, so we like 3 weeks away. So man, I appreciate everybody tapping in, keeping us, you know, stay connected and commenting and stuff on all the social platforms. But until next week, we'll see y'all again. I appreciate y'all. And I know, like I said, it's dog days of summer. We'll get back with y'all. You know, we'll get some more topics. You know, it is what it is. You know, sports is sports right now. I know the FIFA. We don't really know too much about FIFA, so I can't really talk about what I don't know.
Hey, go U.S. against Belgium today, though.
Yeah. Go U.S. Go U.S. Yeah. But until next week, we'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the PlayAction Podcast, your ultimate fanfare. It's all to more